Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. I hope you're all doing great, and I do want to wish you a great week in advance. Just started. It's Monday, so we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin. But at this point of time, as most of you know, there's only like a limited amount we can say about Bitcoin. If you take a look at the volume right now, you can see that it's up about 35%, but it's still compared to last week. I mean, last week was pretty high. But last week, at this point in time, it was around 9.5 billion. And then in the remainder of the day, it actually went up towards like 11 billion. So I do expect that from today as well. We're going to get more volume. And what that means is that if you have low volume and you get a lot of new volume on top of that, that means volatility. All right, so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the different possibilities and opportunities from there. And I'll just give you my thoughts on that. Yesterday, what I said and what still basically is what I expect, even though there are some other things we need to talk about as well, is that we are in a consolidation between 26,300 and 25,700. We're going to get a bullish breakout, or we're going to get a breakout, and I think a bullish one is more likely. But we'll talk about that a little bit more in this video. And I'll just give you an update on the entire market, because right now it's essential to know what the different possibilities are for Bitcoin, to also know what other altcoins are doing, as most of you know, I think. So before we dive into that, if you don't know, I have a premium trading group in which I share my own trades, but you also gain access to an exclusive chat room full of traders and my trading guide. If you're interested in that, if you want to become a better trader, this is the best option out there, I think, at least. So if you want more information or anything, check out the links down in the description or the pinned comment, or you can just always ask me in my social media channels. But for now, onto Bitcoin. So the situation right now from yesterday is only slightly different, and that's for two reasons. All right, so we'll talk about that. So briefly, still, I think we are in a consolidation. And I felt like a bullish breakout and some recovery up to probably like 26,900 at first. And from there, we'll see whether Bitcoin can also get higher. I thought that was the most likely scenario for two reasons, mainly two reasons. I mean, obviously, there are a lot of factors playing the crypto markets. But the main two reasons in my eyes are that historically, after a crash like this, at least, like this big, historically, Bitcoin has always recovered quite a bit. Like you can see that right here. For example, whether we are in this stage or this stage, both times we actually did recover. And here as well, we also recovered. And then here as well, after the biggest crash, we also recovered quite well. And then apart from that, what we're also seeing is that the dollar strength index is getting closer to major resistance levels. And usually if the dollar strength index finds a lot of resistance, that's bullish news for Bitcoin. Now, the way in which this has changed is that Bitcoin has respected the 28 EMA for the last 3 days or so, which usually is a bit of bearish confirmation, or at least confirmation that there's a bearish trend, all right? And a bearish trend would go against the theory that this is a consolidation. And then apart from that, we're also seeing some bearish momentum from the dollar strength index, even though it's minimal. But we're seeing some bearish momentum from the dollar strength index. And Bitcoin is just dropping down. All right, so that way the chances, or because of that, the chances have increased a little bit, I would say, of having a bearish breakout, which is also 100% still possible. And it's also something I am prepared for, in which case we would probably drop down at least to 25,000, but possibly all the way down to 24,700. So the chances of this have increased. I still think this is more likely. All right, I do want to say that I still think the other factors, which we talked about a bit earlier, are stronger. But in the end, at this point of time, to be fair with you, it's just the best to wait for confirmation. All right, I'll tell you about that confirmation as soon as possible. I told you in this video as well, but that's in my eyes the best thing for now. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on that. We'll see today, because we are going to get more volatility and volume. But until that time, this is my take. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.